Relax, it's just a pool.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. Just know, this time, everything you touch is gonna tell on you.
She kept showing up in my pool like it was hers. No permission, no warning, just laughing with her friends, posting pictures, acting like I didn't exist. I told her to stop twice. She smiled and said, "You can't prove I was ever here." That's when I stopped arguing and started planning. The next weekend, I left the gate unlocked. Everything looked normal. Clean water, quiet backyard, no signs. But this time, every angle was covered. Hidden cameras, motion alerts, timestamps, and one more thing she didn't notice. A harmless dye system in the pool filter. Invisible in water until you step out. Right on schedule, she showed up again. Brought friends, music, drinks. They swam, took selfies, and then they got out. That's when it happened. Bright blue footprints, hands, towels, even her dress, stained. Panic hit instantly. What is this? She tried to wash it off. It didn't come off. That's when I stepped outside holding my phone. "Don't worry," I said calmly. "It fades in 48 hours. Silence. Then I turned the screen toward her. Every second recorded. Trespassing, property use, everything. Her smile vanished. A week later, she got a legal notice. Her HOA position gone. And those pictures she loved posting, those went viral too. Turns out if you keep stepping where you don't belong, eventually it shows.
One complaint and the county's gonna shut this whole thing down.
Then you better hope the county likes facts more than rumors.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, I bought yours.
The truth is, I did not stumble onto that deal by accident. I had been watching that property for almost 6 months. Not every day, but enough to notice the patterns that mattered. No maintenance crew, no church activity, no contractor bids posted, no for sale sign either, which told me something even more useful. Whoever still owned it was disconnected, overwhelmed, or waiting for someone serious to ask the right question. So I started asking. Not loudly, not through gossip. I checked county records, traced the title, and found out the church was still tied to a small religious trust that had basically gone dormant after the congregation dissolved. A local attorney was handling the loose ends. Taxes were current, but barely. Insurance was minimal. The building was not loved anymore. It was simply being carried. That is the kind of property most people avoid. It is also the kind of property a patient buyer can close before dreamers, flippers, and busybodies even realize a door has opened. I made one clean offer. No speeches, no dramatic vision board, no request for owner financing. Just a number, proof of funds, and a short inspection window because I already understood the real value was not in the pews, the roof, or the stained glass. It was in the lot, the access, and the location beside the HOA's front gate. 3 weeks later, the papers were signed, and I kept my mouth shut. The first letter showed up less than 48 hours after closing. It was not from a lawyer, not from the county, and not from anyone with actual authority over my land. It came from the HOA board president on heavy cream paper like that alone was supposed to make it official. The message was polite in tone and arrogant in every other way. She welcomed me to the area, said the neighborhood valued beauty, peace, and continuity, and strongly advised me to preserve the church in a manner consistent with community expectations. Community expectations. That phrase told me everything. I had bought a property outside their boundary, outside their dues, and outside their rules. But she still wrote that letter as if I had just entered her kingdom and needed orientation. 2 days later, she came in person. She brought another board member, both of them smiling. The kind of smile people wear when they think civility can hide a threat. They asked what my plans were. I told them I was still evaluating options. That was true, just not in the way they hoped. Then she said the neighborhood would be very concerned if the site attracted commercial activity, traffic, or anything that harmed nearby property values. I asked her one simple question. Are you speaking for the county or just for yourself? That landed harder than any speech could have because the truth was obvious, even if she did not want to admit it. The sale was done. The deed was recorded. And for the first time, the HOA was standing next to a property they could complain about all day without controlling for a single minute. What the HOA never understood was that I did not buy that church to restore it, flip it, or turn it into some charming little event venue with string lights and reclaimed wood signs. I bought it because the lot solved a problem my business had been dealing with for years. Safe truck parking is hard to find around this county. Drivers need somewhere legal, visible, and close to the highway where they can stage equipment, park overnight between jobs, or leave work rigs without worrying about theft, fines, or residents calling in complaints just because a vehicle looks too industrial for their taste. That church lot had direct road access, enough width for rework, and just enough separation from the HOA line to make their opinions irrelevant. So my plan was simple, not glamorous, not emotional, just profitable. Clean up the entrance, bring in gravel, mark off spaces, add lighting, fencing, and a coated gate later. Keep the old building standing for now, but make the land start earning immediately. I was not trying to create chaos. I was turning a dead property into working ground. That is what bothered them most. Follow for part 3 because once the HOA realized the truck lot was legal, they completely lost control and the public meltdown got even worse.